Hi Capricorn, this is Becky and we are back for your February 15 partial solar eclipse reading. Now, this particular solar eclipse is going to be hitting your second house when we consider the solar chart for Capricorn. Now, what is the second house? The second house represents money, the work you do for the money, so to speak, basically money you get from the work you do. There I go. Daily routines, your general local environment, values, things like that. Now, this particular eclipse occurring in Aquarius at 27 degrees of Aquarius is going to be pinging across the sky into the 8th house, which is where the other eclipse hit in January 31st in Leo. So it's kind of like this pinging back and forth. So yes, now the solar eclipse is in your second house of money, the money you earn for the work you do. But right across the sky, standing right across from that, is the 8th house, which got activated previously. And the 8th house governs intimacy, sex, bonding with someone. It's literally transformation, death, rebirth, and not physical death, but the death of an old way of being, and then a rebirth like a snake shedding its skin. And it can rule property, but mainly it's considered to be rebirth, transformation, renewal, sex, and intimacy. It is ruled by Scorpio, which is a very deep sign, the most powerful sign in the zodiac. So anything scorpionic is handled by the 8th house. Okay, so with that, I'm going to try to get into the shot here just a little bit so that we can get started. Okay, now we have got 3 decks that we will be using. The Rider-Waite deck we'll be using for most of the card positions. We'll be crowning the reading today with the Romance Angels Oracle cards, and we will be also pulling 1 card from Messages from Your Angels. Now I'm going to be drawing 3 cards from the Rider-Waite. We have our trusty rose quartz over here. I'm not using a candle this time because the year has changed in the Chinese feng shui practice, which I follow. I have prepared everything in the house for the new year, which I believe is the year of the dog. And I'm sitting in the north sector of the house, and we are not supposed to have any kind of fireplace action or candle flame action over here. So you might want to look into feng shui. It's a very interesting way to work with energy in your environment, either at home or work. And I can say that I've had great success with it so far. All right, Cap, without further ado, let's get going here. Second house, all about money. That's where you shine, Capricorn. Here we go. Angels, we are reading for Capricorn. We are reading for them regarding the second house in their solar chart for the Aquarius eclipse, partial solar eclipse in 27 degrees Aquarius on February 15th. And Angels, we understand that the energy for this eclipse will be with us for 6 months and maybe even up to a year. Okay, Angels, first card we're going to draw is the card of the overall energy surrounding Capricorn at this eclipse on February 15, 2018. Overall energy. Thank you. Angels, we are going to ask now for a card for Capricorn as to what might pop up for them during this. Whoa, okay. And Angels, what advice can you give on how best they can handle what pops up for them as a result? Okay, good. Okay, let's turn over the cards and let's take a look. The Angels have to, okay. Wow, okay. All right. This is pretty clear. In fact, it's so clear I can't believe it. Okay, Capricorn, I'll show you the cards and then we'll talk. The first one is the Major Arcana card, number 11 in this deck, and it is called Justice. Remember, the Major Arcana cards are representative of archetypes, very important energies, moving through your life. Next, we have the Three of Pentacles. And next, we have the Three of Cups. Very interesting. We have 2 threes here. So here we go. Okay, Capricorn. The overall energy surrounding you that's getting generated by the eclipse and will continue possibly up to 1 year, 6 months to a year, is the energy represented by the Justice card. Now, what I'm seeing here is that there was a situation in your work life, or however it is you make your money. I mean, you could be a stay-at-home day trader for all we know, which would be a perfect thing for Capricorn to do, of course. But whatever it is, something has happened to you regarding the way you earn your money. And whatever happened, it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair to you. And what's happening now as a result of this eclipse in Aquarius coming upon us in a few days is justice will be restored. All right. You can see here on the card some of the symbolism. Of course, we have the judge, basically, sitting regally on that throne. And in the left hand, this man is holding a scales, which signifies fairness, balance on both sides of the equation. And he holds up the sword of justice in his right hand, ready to render his decision. And so what I'm getting from this is that whatever injustice has been done to you regarding how you make your money, whether it was fraud, I just heard the word fraud for some of you, may have been a victim of that, or something happened to where you feel like you were ripped off in some way. Or if it's just maybe you didn't get the raise you should have gotten, and it's very clear you should have gotten it. Whatever it is in how you make your money that has felt unfair, the eclipse is arriving to bring justice to it. Now, interestingly enough, this sword represents an air sign as well, or applies to the air signs. And Aquarius is an air sign, and this eclipse is in Aquarius. And Aquarius is all about for the good of humanity. Aquarius energy always tries to rise to that higher level, what's good for the world, basically, and what's good for their brother, so to speak. And brother would be in terms of just, their neighbor, their brother, that kind of talk. So basically, I see that whatever injustice was done to you in the work sphere, the money sphere, maybe you had some investments that someone mismanaged. And maybe it wasn't out and out fraud for you, but it could have been that they were mismanaging the funds. And when you got your statement, you noticed that there were huge losses because someone was playing fast and loose with your investments. Perhaps you didn't know that your particular investment person had invested perhaps in some sort of cryptocurrency paper derivative, even not even in the real deal, but in some sort of derivative related to cryptocurrencies. And since they have been tanking along with a lot of the other parts of the stock market, maybe perhaps you feel like they took a big risk with your money and with your investments, which you did not authorize. So I'm also just hearing right now in my head, for some of you, check your statements this month whenever they come in for you, whether it's your bank statement, your savings account, your investment accounts, anything to do with land. I just heard somebody has something going on with a piece of property. I don't see a house on it. What I see is raw land that somebody's bought. So you want to check all of your money-related paperwork that's coming in. You also want to check all of the contracts that you're thinking of signing. Mercury will be going retrograde later on in this, I believe later on in maybe in March. I can't remember now. Maybe March or maybe later this month. I'm not sure. But check and see, because if there are contracts pending, you want to make sure you sign those or not sign them, whatever it is. Render your decision about signing or not signing before Mercury goes retro. Okay? So let's look at this. So because a justice or justice will be rendered, will be restored to you, Capricorn, what is going to pop up for you at that point is this. Now, this is a card of 3, the 3 of Pentacles. 3 tends to be, in this card, a number of mastery. And what we have here in the artwork is this gentleman here is, well, he's standing up on this bench, and generally speaking, he appears to be working on some kind of a stained glass. It looks like a Gothic church window. Like perhaps he's designing stained glass. I'm not sure what he's doing with the stained glass. In some decks, it's a painting. But he is, you can see by his apron, he's some kind of an artisan who's creating this work of art. And you can see these people looking on. And this couple, by the way they're dressed, we have a monk, it looks like here, and then a very wealthy woman there. This is a patroness of the arts, a patroness of this beautiful window that he's installing or designing and then installing or creating. And so what this connotes in your case is that you will be rewarded for your mastery of your field. She is rewarding him with donations and some sort of a pledge to, provide the funding for this. So Capricorn, if you are starting a business and you are asking for funding, whether it's public funding like GoFundMe or whatever those other ones are, those things where people ask for money to help them create a project or something like that, this is a good time. This particular eclipse is going to catapult you forward as a master of your craft, a master of your field. You will have support from people who are admiring your work and recognizing its worth. You will no longer have to worry about this because your quality of work is going to be recognized and supported. Supported by either someone higher up, because this woman represents a higher station in life than this person. Not that that is the case now, but it simply means rank. So perhaps finally you are rewarded for the work you're doing and you're recognized as the authority in your field because your work skills are evident to all observers around you, and you're going to be supported by that. When I say supported by that, it can be that money will be given to you. You will receive a raise. You will receive some sort of remuneration here for the work you're doing. It may be just an award. I just saw in my head award. This woman has it's like a scroll or some sort of piece of paper that looks like it's got, like a gold, what do you want to say? One of those gold seals attached to it in a way. So she's awarding him this award basically to commemorate his mastery. So what I see here, whatever injustice, and I keep hearing that a lot of you have been overlooked for raises, overlooked for work, or your work skills have not been noticed, the quality of your work has not been noticed. However, this eclipse is going to fix that, because what's happening in that second house for you is people are going to notice. Not only are they going to notice, they're going to walk forward and support you in that. And what the universe advises you to do about all that is celebrate. Celebrate, because Capricorn, you have finally reached the top. Whatever the top is for you at this stage on your journey, you finally reached it, and it's time to go out and celebrate and feel good about celebrating that. because it is real. They are not just, you know, blowing smoke at you or, you know, paying you empty compliments. It's real. It's substantial. They're putting money on the line to support you in the mastery that of your work. You have mastered it. You are the master. They do see it, and they are going to reward you. And universe is saying, go ahead, feel free to celebrate. You know, cut loose is what I just heard. Cut loose. Enjoy yourself. Sometimes, you know, you're a really hard worker, and you know, nobody's harder working than you, Capricorn. You've always got that nose to the grindstone, but the universe says you can take a little break and celebrate your achievements, because it is a huge, huge, huge jump forward for you in the work, second house, money, and the way you earn your money. Now, what am I also seeing? This is second house. Now remember, standing across the sky from your second house is the 8th house, which is sex, intimacy, death, rebirth, transformation. Not physical death, but a transformative, like the caterpillar that goes into the cocoon and then he sort of dies to himself as a caterpillar, but reforms somehow into this gorgeous butterfly and then shoots out of that cocoon into a new life. And that is what is getting pinged right across from all of this money stuff. So, quite frankly, this energy here, if we look at it in 8th house context, which we can, this to me being mastery, and this also is a 3. That's like 3, 3. 3, 3 is the number, how do I want to say this? Of the ascended masters, let's put it that way, of the ascended masters. Some call it Christ consciousness. Some call it just the energy of ascended masters. So you literally are being taken from whatever you were. I don't know what you were before this happened, but you were almost, I just heard apprentice. So whatever apprentice means for you, you were just sort of starting, I don't know, some of you weren't starting out, but some of you just were being overlooked. And you were learning the ropes, really, a lot of you. But now, you're going into this eclipse, and you will emerge as the master of whatever it is you do. You are emerging as the master, and not only that, they're recognizing you. So you're like that butterfly that goes right into that cocoon, or excuse me, the caterpillar that goes right into the cocoon and then just shoots out within a certain amount of time at the right moment as the butterfly. And the butterfly always soars. And it truly is a beautiful thing to see. Total transformation, Capricorn. I love it. Let's look at this now as intimacy and love. Well, this is the dating card. So if we want to look at this as that, we could say that you haven't had much success in the dating department or the love department, however you want to conceive of it. And it's your time now, Capricorn, because you have been working on your skills as a person in relationship, as a partner. You've been working on yourself so that you present as a better partner, as a person who has the skills to do relationship. And now it's going to be recognized by people who are thinking about and want to partner with you. And that's going to lead to a lot of dating, basically, going out, having a good time with these people and enjoying yourself with these other people who very well may end up being a partner for you, which would also be a transformation of your life. If you're already partnered, then it's just ramping up the date factor. You're being advised, date your spouse, date your spouse, date your spouse, because even after you are legally married or even just living together, whatever it is, it can kind of grow stale. So you're being advised to celebrate life's moments. If you already have your partner, really celebrate them as we go through this energy, because you're going to get a lot of notice from others now, Capricorn, whether it's in love or in money. Okay, Romance angels, we are here with Capricorn, and we would like to have a message for them regarding this solar eclipse energy of February 15, 2018, going forward to the rest of the year. Going forward, there it is. Okay. Okay, Capricorn. Whoa. Yes, exactly so. This card says, flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Wow, look at that. This is the flirt card in the tarot. So it's the dating, the flirt, get your flirt on. That's what this card also means. And we have confirmation here from the romance angels. So yes, by all means, Capricorn, flirt. Now, messages from your angels. Angels, we have Capricorn here, and we would like to get a final message for the reading to help them navigate the energies of this eclipse approaching us. Okay, here we go, Capricorn. What you have here is the angel called Ray, and she says, yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth right now. Okay, perfect, perfect, because whatever has been going on that has not been fair, it's going to be made fair. But it has caused you a lot of stress. And yes, you've achieved mastery. You will be recognized. But this has not been an easy road to hoe for you, Cap. Angels are saying you've been through it. You've been through it. But now it's all about to get straightened out. But you must do some mind, body, spirit connection. Okay? Mind, body, and spirit, they all go together. So if you've been stressing your spirit and stressing your mind and not taking care of your body because of the stress or holding on to stress, you're being advised by the angels to do some yoga, do some exercise, because these are essential to overall well-being, which will enable you to show up as this fabulous flirt as long as you preserve that well-being. It says peace of mind is also essential, and spiritual growth results as a result of you becoming more centered and releasing whatever this injustice was that came before. Now it's going to be resolved, and you need to go ahead and sort of, I just heard the word detox, any kind of negative thinking or stress that you've held on to as you have moved through this really metamorphosis I see right in front of me. Wow, that's an awesome reading, Capricorn. I hope, we'll leave that there. I hope you enjoyed it. Wow, that was a good one. I will be back not too long from now with our March readings. And that's about it for now. So I want to thank you for joining me, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.